Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So for recording purposes, good morning. It is morning where I am. I don't know where you are in your world for those that are listening to the recording. So welcome, welcome. And those that are here on live, welcome, welcome. And welcome to Shine as You Are, 3 keys to living the life you love. I hope you have, I don't know about you, but I have to have something to drink really quick. So if you want to take a sip, got to clear that throat. Have your snacks, whatever you're going to do, and your pen and your paper because you're definitely going to want to take notes. So we're going to do a little something here. Let's see, this isn't hiding here. Hold on. There we go. So, okay, can you see my screen okay?
Yes, I can.
Okay, good, good, good. All right, we're good. We're going to do a little activity because I sometimes we get sitting or we just have had a long week and we're going to move. So I am going to start some music and we're going to get up and we're going to move around. and and so I invite you to come and do this with me. Okay?
Life.
Yes, ma'am.
This is my time. I
Let's
believe
get up.
in me. This is my life. This is my time. I believe in me. I believe in my dream. This is my life. This is my time. I believe in me. I believe in my dream. I feel the leader in me. It's coming through me. It's growing in me. It's showing. Something big happening, it's perfect timing. It's my true calling. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm unstoppable, exceptional, incredible. My dream is coming true in my life. I'm unstoppable, exceptional, incredible. My dream is coming true in my life. This is my life. This is my time. I believe in me. I believe in my dream. This is my life. This is my time. I believe in me. I believe in my dream. The alarm of life goes on, and I'm ready to take it on. Nothing is stopping me from getting to my dream. Feeling empowered now. My soul strengthens me. I can do anything. I'm unstoppable, exceptional, incredible. My dream is coming true in my life.
Ooh, okay. Did that get your
That was
circulation
fun.
going? Ah,
Yes, it did. That was fun.
I love that. I love that song. This is my life. That was Irene Boggs. She has a few of them that are affirmajams. They're called affirmajams. So they have affirmations put to music, and that's one of them. Whew. So, okay, that'll get us going in our brains and our circulation. So I have this fun little story. I can catch my breath here. I've got this little mama mouse, and she had her little babies with her, and they were just scampering from room to room and trying to find some food. And they were just going and they were getting little crumbs and they were eating and they were just happy as could be. And they got ready to come around out of the corner, and mama said, "Stop, shh, don't say anything." And the babies were just quiet. And all of a sudden they saw this great big cat. And mama whispers to her children and says, "Don't say anything, just watch and learn." And so the mama stays really still. The cat is looking at this mama mouse and all these babies and going, "Thanksgiving dinner is coming early today." And they're just so excited. And this cat is creeping. He doesn't want to scare him off. Very slowly. And he starts showing his teeth and he starts drooling. He's just like, I'm ready to make my move. And just as that cat looked like he was going to make his move, Mama Mouse, just as strong as she could, stands up on her back feet and stands as tall as she could and goes, roof, 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 roof. And the cat was so confused and so bemuddled, he didn't know what to do but turn around and run away. Mama Mouse takes a big deep breath, turns around and looks at her children and says, children, always remember this moment and never underestimate the power of learning another language. And I love that. We have
Mhm.
we have a lot of different languages, you know. You probably, Tina, here have other languages that you learn. There's some people that learn many languages. Well, today we're going to learn the language of success. And you might ask me, Kayleen, the language of success, how is that? How is that a language? Well, hang on, we're going to learn. So my intention today is to give you 3 tools. And I promised that that was part of this, the name of this workshop, 3 keys to living the life that you love. I promised to teach you 3, and not just teach you, but empower you with 3 tools to help you achieve your goals and to help give you greater clarity on your goals and your dreams, and to feel even more confident in your ability to do all of that. So my promise to you is, in this short time that we have together, I am going to give you everything that I can in the time that we have. And I just ask you to do the same thing. I promise to play full out. And I just ask you to do the same thing. Now, if you're watching on your phone, you can't turn off your phones. But for those of you that are watching the recording, turn off your phones. Be someplace where you can be in a quiet place and take notes and really play full out during this hour that we're together here. So that is my promise to you. So I'm in. Are you in? Raise your hand if you're in.
Yep.
All right.
Yes, I'm in.
I'm glad that you're in. So, I have a question. Is there any area of your life, any area that you would like to improve? Raise your hand or give me a thumbs up. Have you ever achieved a goal or a dream ever in your life? I'm sure that you have sometime in your life. You are capable
Just don't
of
remember.
You're capable of far more than you know. And our goals and our dreams are often born out of the challenges that we face. And we do have challenges. And if there's anybody that has not had a challenge, I want to talk to you. Because I want to find out your secret. But challenge is just as part of the game, right? Part of life. So we have 2 signals for growth. We have longing and we have discontent. And I'm going to pause here. Back to the promise. I forgot one more promise. We'll do this. Back to the promises. I have one more promise that I failed to mention, and that is some of you will just really get into this information on these 3 keys. And I didn't mention that these 3 keys are part of a program that has, this year is 50 years of development. And it's a proven, reliable, repeatable system that has helped thousands and thousands of individuals just like you all over the world to design their dream and to build their dream and to live their dreams. And so for some of you may want to take some of this information a little further. And for those of you, I do have a gift at the end. So come clear to the end with me. And that is my other promise, that I have an extra gift for you. So sounds good. So back to this 2
Yes.
signals for growth. Thank you. We learn by our longings, and we have our discontents. And our longings are things that we really, really would love to accomplish. If you are, in sports and you would like to do that 10K or whatever that is, that might be a longing. Your discontent is maybe you're not in the shape that you would like to be to run that 10K. And maybe there's some things that you need to do and to start exercising and stretching and doing all the things that you're not where you would like to be. So that's the difference between your longing and your discontent. I love this quote by Reverend Dr. Michael Beckwith. We are often pushed by pain until we are pulled by a vision. And isn't that true? Sometimes we are so discontent that we are actually pushed by that pain and that discomfort or that discontent that it pushes us in doing something. Like, for example, I have a knee that is right now bone on bone. And so my discontent is I'm not able to walk and do all the things that I would like to do. And that discontent and that pain of where I am, and that's actual physical pain, sometimes it's emotional pain, is pushing me to do something different about that situation, so then I can have the longing of playing with my children and doing the things and keeping up with them and playing ball and getting on the ground and up and down and all the things. So I love this quote. The pain of a problem and the burning desire for something new are essential for creating new results. Now, this is me, and I had a time a few years ago that I was walking home from work. It had been a really, really long day, and I was frustrated. I felt overwhelmed, and I definitely underappreciated at the time. And I was having all of these emotions as I was walking around the corner to home, and I felt angry. I felt sad. I felt like I wanted to punch somebody and punch something. And I had a lot of these things. I felt frustrated. All of the things. And I just wanted to scream. I wanted to kick somebody. I wanted to scream because, about 2 months before this, my husband died of an unexpected heart attack, leaving me to run our small grocery store that we had at the time. And so I had all of these feelings and all these emotions just welling up in me. And so I went out into the old garage that we had at the time where the car was, and it was late at night, small town. And so nobody could really hear me if I did yell. And I started screaming and I started blaming God. Why did you have to take my husband right now? This isn't fair. And I was just screaming and yelling, I want my husband back. And then I started screaming and yelling at my husband, Jim, why did you have to leave right now? We were just getting ready to sell the store and retire and have time together and do all the things that we wanted to together. Why did you have to leave me right now? Why did you have to leave? And I was kicking the tires and I was banging on the car, and just tears were just streaming down my face. I couldn't understand why he had to be taken right now. We were just getting ready to have the rest of our life together. And then I remembered the voice of one of my daughters just about the night before the funeral. Mom, Dad's gone. The kids are all gone. They're out of the house. You can go where you want to go. Do what you want to do. Be what you want to be. And when I thought of those words, be what I want to be, I stopped. I mean, I was still sobbing, but I quit the pounding. I quit the kicking. And I took a big, deep breath in and asked myself the question, Kayleen, who do I really want to be? What do I want to do? And that led me to a search. When you take all of the titles away, if you take the title away that, you're not a mom, you're not a wife, you're not a store owner, you're not this, that, whatever, take all of your titles away. Who are you? And I had to ask myself that. So that led me to a search of who I really wanted to be, what I wanted to do, what was my purpose in life. So I took that big, deep breath and that leap of faith, continued to run the store for another year and a half until I could get rid of it. But my attitude was different. And the search led me to an amazing program that step by step, one by one, has led me to where I am today. And that is sharing my story with you and sharing some amazing tools with you and having the wonderful opportunity to serve you and help you so that you can find your purpose, if you don't know what that is already, to be able to have the tools to really live the life that you would love. And this story will be continued a little later. So we are creating, you are a creator. You wake up in the morning and you're creating your day. Now, you're either creating your results by default or you're creating them by design. How many of us, and I have been, hold on just a second. Somebody's trying to call me. How many of you have just feel like that you're on a hamster wheel and you are just going the same thing day in, day out? We get up, we go to work, we come home, we're tired, and we do our evening routine, we go to bed, we get up and do the same thing over and over again. I look out my window and I see every morning, everybody doing the same thing, the same routine, going to work, the same thing. And sometimes we get so stuck in that default, in that rut, in that hamster wheel, that we aren't really getting out and doing things that we would love. Sometimes we do. But how would you like to create your life by design? You can design your life. You can create the life that you love. And we're going to learn how to do that. So I'm sure you're ready for that. So to create new results, number one, the biggest thing is notice what you're noticing. Notice around you. I invite you to just close your eyes for a moment and take a big deep breath in. And I notice your heart. Is it beating slow? Is it beating fast? Where are your hands? What are your hands doing? How are your feet? Are they on the ground? Are they up a little higher because you're sitting on a higher couch or chair? Is your neck relaxed or is it tight? Are you noticing cars driving by? So take a big deep breath in. Are you relaxed? Take a big deep breath in. You can open your eyes again. So when we're quiet and we take a minute, and we don't always have to be quiet and stop, but just having that awareness of noticing what you're noticing can be a huge, huge shift for you. So let's play a game. And I know you don't have the paper, so I'm going to have you do this on the screen. What I'm going to do is give you 20 seconds. There's going to be a screen with a whole bunch of numbers on it. And you're going to find number 1, and then find number 2, find number 3, and you have to find 1, 2, 3 before you can go to 4. And you have to find them in order. So I'm going to give you 20 seconds to find as many numbers as you can. All right. You can't circle them because I didn't get you the sheet. So, or you don't have the sheet because we're virtual. So ready, set, here we go. Okay, stop. How many did you find?
9.
Good job. Have you done this before?
No.
Okay, so that's pretty good. That's pretty good for your first time. Okay, so would you like the secret of what the pattern is. Would you like to know the secret? If you
Yes.
draw a line straight down and straight across, we have 4 quadrants. And if you notice, 1 is in the top left, 2 is in the bottom left, 3 is in the bottom right, 4 is in the top right. So it goes in order around and around and around, just like that.
In a circle. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so you just learned a system or a pattern. We're going to try it again. I'm going to give you the same 20 seconds, and we're going to see if
Let me
you
put my glasses on first. Okay. That might be better.
Okay, so we're going to see if you can get more this time. Same 20 seconds. Ready, set, go. Okay, so how many more did you find?
I got to 20.
That's huge. You went from 9 to 20. So did it help to have the pattern and the system? Was that helpful
Yes.
rather than trying to?
Yes, it was.
Yeah. So that's the way our life is. So in order to create new results, notice what you're noticing. We had a pattern and you noticed and you were able to create new results. They were amazing, new, better results. And that's not just with a number game, it's with anything. So to the cause of our results, we have our thoughts create our feelings. So if we have a good thought, we may have a good feeling. And that good feeling may lead to a good action. Let's say I have a thought, oh, who could I serve today? And that just makes me feel happy. And then I have this feeling that, gosh, I'm wondering if this neighbor or friend of mine maybe I just have this thought or this feeling to call them. Well, then I call them, and then that action, maybe in that call and that action, I find out that they were in need of some help. And so then that creates some results. And that was a good result because I was able to serve them. Now, what if I have a scary thought? what if I lost my keys to my car or worse yet, I saw somebody on a post, I lost my debit card. And you have this scary thought, and you're just like, you have this thought and you start having these feelings of panic. And then you start searching there all over the place. And then the results are you possibly would find those keys to your car or the debit card or whatever that is that you're searching for. That's just an example. So our thoughts create our feelings, feelings create actions, and our actions create our results. Now, a lot of people think it's backward. They think our results create our actions. My result is I'm in a sucky job and I just hate my boss. And that result is creating my actions that I am in a bad job and I don't like my boss. So I think I'm just going to quit. And then I quit my job. And then that creates the feelings that I feel worse. And then I have even worse thoughts. And so a lot of people do it backwards, and we have this because syndrome. Well, I can't do this job because I'm too old, or I can't do this because I'm too young, or I can't do whatever that is. We have this because. Well, if we don't like our results, maybe we need to take a look at our thoughts, because thoughts end up with our results. The thoughts create the feelings create actions, which leads to results. So if we're not happy with our results, let's take a look at our thoughts, because our results don't lie. So creating new results. Who's ready to create new results? I am. Notice
Me?
notice what you're noticing. So we're just going to do a little life assessment here. So hopefully you've got your paper. You might be a person who doesn't know what your dream is, or you just don't know that there's something more. You just know that there's something more. Maybe you might be a person who has lots of dreams and you don't know whether to choose one or create all of them at once. So every one of us has a dream inside of us somewhere. I know my late husband finally admitted, because I wanted to do all these things, and he finally admitted, he says, I've forgotten how to dream. This was a couple of years before he died. He says, I don't know how to dream anymore. And when he was younger, we were first married, he was full of dreams and ideas and things that he wanted to do and accomplish. And then he had gotten in that rut and he'd forgotten how to dream. There is a dream inside of us somewhere. Sometimes we just need to shake off the dust and find what that is. So we're doing this little life assessment. Notice your current results, not where you've been, not where you would like to be, but your current results right now. So on your paper, I want you to write health and well-being. You might be a person, and ask yourself these questions. You might be a person who feels stuck in your ability to transform your health. Or you might be a person who has relatively good health, no symptoms, but you know that there's more vibrancy and aliveness that you could feel. So on a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being, yes, I'm right where I really would like to be in my health and well-being, or 1, not so much. I've got some work that I would like to improve on. I've got some things to improve. So on a scale of 1 to 5, go ahead and put a number. Where are you right now in your current results? Next, write love and relationships. You might be a person who longs to have a beautiful, deep, fun, and passionate relationship with a loving and caring partner. Or you might be a person who would love to deepen, expand, and have more fun with the relationship that you are already in. Now, with this love and relationship, I'm also going to add, how is your relationship with yourself? You might want to include that. So on a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being, yes, my relationships or relationship, whatever you were concentrating on, is where I want to be. And 1, I need some help. I've got some improvement. So where do you rate yourself there? Next.
A number 2.
Okay. Vocation and expression. The vocation, if you're working, that's your job. If you're not working, you might be retired. This is your hobbies and your expression, the things that you like to do. Maybe you have service that you like to do and helping. Some people like to go help with the grade schools if they're, with a reading program or whatever that your hobbies and interests are. So you might be a person who feels stuck in a job. If you're working, you might feel stuck in a job that you don't like, or you like your work, but you feel like that you're working too many hours and you would just love more time freedom. So on a scale of 1 to 5, you don't have to speak it out loud. This is just for you. This is your own personal information. We're not comparing it to anybody. We're comparing and noticing you. All right, next, number 4, time and money freedom. You might be a person who doesn't have the money freedom to do the things that you really would like to do or give and contribute to the causes and organizations that matter to you. Or you might be a person who is missing important moments, not going where you'd like to go, or traveling, or having as much fun and play in your life as you would like. Or you might be a person who feels out of balance, like you have more time than money or more money than time, and you just love to feel more balanced or have more harmony in your life. So go ahead and rate yourself. Where do you notice what you're noticing? Where do you feel like that you are on a scale of 1 to 5 in your time and money freedom? Okay, so we have four, I call them domains. You can call them quadrants, areas, whatever relates to you, but I call these domains. We have our health and well-being, our love and relationships, our vocation, and our time and money freedom. And it's important to have all areas in balance. You know, there's a lot of people that maybe they have their health and their well-being and they just feel really good, but then they don't have the time and money freedom. Or you might have somebody that has the time, or excuse me, they might have all the money that they would like, but they don't have the time. Or maybe because they're working so much, then their relationships are suffering. So it's important to have all of these into balance. So go ahead and take a look at all four of these domains that you just wrote down. Excuse me, and take a look at the one that, circle the one that has the lowest number, the one that you feel like. Now, for time purposes, with our workshop, and we're going to have to get moving here. I just looked at the time, but for time, we're only going to have time to work on one domain. You know, I know when I did this the first time, I was like, I had 3 of them that were the same number. So choose one for today that we'll kind of concentrate on and address. Choose one that kind of jumps out at you. So raise your hand, give me a thumbs up when you have one. Got it. All right. So we're going to concentrate on that one domain for the rest of our class here, master class. 2 signals for growth, our longing and our discontent. Now, ask yourself, if you don't make any changes in this domain, you can ask it later in your other domains, but for time's sake, the domain that we just chose right now, if you don't make any changes, you stay right where you are, what is it costing you? For example, my knee. If I don't make any changes and improve my knee, strengthen it or get a replacement or whatever it looks like for me, then it's costing me in that I cannot get down on the ground with my little babies. I can't walk. I can't lift a lot. I can't run and play ball with them like I would like to. That's costing me. So what is it costing you? And you can go ahead and jot something down on your paper. So we've learned a lot already. We haven't even got to 3 keys yet. So who's ready for key 1? Designing your dream is key number 1. Don't ask yourself what the world needs. Ask yourself what makes you come alive, and do that. Because the world needs more people who come alive. By Howard Thurman. I love that. Ask yourself, what makes you come alive? What lights you up? And let's do that. Clarity is key. You chose a domain. You asked yourself the question, if I don't make any changes and I stay right where I am, what's it costing me? But what is my longing? What would I love to have? If I go to a restaurant and I have the order and the waiter comes and I said, oh, I think I would like this chicken cordon bleu. And he goes, okay, great. So he gets ready to go tell the chef, no, wait, come back here. I think, you know what? Your specialty meatballs really look interesting. I think I want to do that. Okay, so he starts going, no, wait a minute, come back here. So he comes back and you're going, you know what? I think I want your prime rib. Well, the poor waiter, if you're not clear on what you want, he's not going to know what to tell the chef, and they're not going to know what to bring back to you. So clarity is power. The more clear we are on what our desires and our longings are, the faster it's going to come to you. Have you ever gone on a Google search and searched cars? Put in cars. What's going to come up? A bazillion different results. But what if you put in red cars? Well, that search is going to be a little narrower. The web knew what to bring back to you. But what if you put red Ferrari? Well, that is going to really narrow it. And so it's just like your Google search. When we put out to the universe our clear, precise dream, it will be delivered to you. So ask yourself the question, what would you love? Write this on your paper. What would I love? What lights me up? That's a big question. And when I've asked that to people, just to say in passing by or on the elevator or whatever, I say, what would you love to do? If you could do anything, be anywhere, money wasn't an issue, time wasn't an issue, and you could do anything, what would you love to do? And, there's some people that just boom, boom, boom. They know what they would love to do. And then there's others that's like, I don't know. I've never thought of it. I was at an energy healing conference a couple weeks ago. And at my vendor table, I asked, because I did a presentation there, and I also had a vendor table, and I had people come, and I asked them, we had little hearts, and I had them put their dream on the hearts we had a board, and we had a dream board that we were putting up. And I asked one lady, I says, what would you love? She says, travel. She says, travel the world. And I said, okay, that sounds fun. Are you going to be able to really travel the world in your lifetime? Well, probably not. Okay, so where in the world would you like to go? Then she started, okay, Europe. Okay, great. So where in Europe? Because Europe's pretty big. Where in you? So I got asking more questions, and she started pinpointing. And then when she got to where she really, really wanted to go, she just lit up. She just lit up. And I see that with many, many people. So ask yourself, what would I really love? So we're going to do a little exercise here. I'm going to give you 2 minutes to write. Now, we're going to start writing. I am so happy and grateful now that, and then you're going to write, and then we'll end with this or something even greater still. So I'm inviting you to a reunion 3 years from today, October 14th, 2026. We're going to come together, and I'm going to see you, and I'm going, oh my gosh, I haven't seen you forever. What's been happening? What have you been doing this last 3 years? And you're going to tell me. And I didn't change this. I had September 30th. I just realized that. So we're going to change that to October. So we are 3 years from now. When you write, I want you to write as if everything has happened or is already happening now. The reason we do 3 years into the future is because if we say next year, let's have a reunion next year, and you're going to tell me all the things that you've done. Sometimes the brain says, well, we're 10 months into the year. You haven't accomplished diddly squat on what you wanted to do. So what makes you think that you're going to do it again in a year? But 3 years, the subconscious and the brain says, you know what? That could happen. So that's why we put 3 years out. But it's important to write, what would you love? Ask the question, or ask the question, what lights me up, and then start writing. I am so happy and grateful now that, and write what you would really love to do. I'll give you 2 minutes to write. And then when you end, we'll end with this or something even greater still. The reason we do that is because our conscious can think of certain things. And I don't want you to write things that are stretchy. Write things that are stretchy. If it comes to you, write it down. Don't question it. But this or something even greater still. We would do this because we might think that we can accomplish certain things. Excuse me, I have to get me a drink. But the universe, God and the universe, and I believe in God. You might believe in a higher power, whatever it is that you believe, your higher self, whatever that looks like for you. may know that there is more in store for you than what you can think of. So let's go ahead and write. I'll give you 2 minutes. I am so happy and grateful now that, write it as if it's already happening. And then when we're ready to end, we'll end with this or something even better still. So go ahead, 2 minutes. Okay. So we'll stop and to be continued because I'm sure that you have more that you would love to add to this. So for now, and Tina, I have you on, and I hope you're okay if I use your name because we're being recorded, so we're okay. Did you write now end this vision with this or something even greater still? Did you write that down?
I don't understand what you mean. I wrote down what I'm grateful for. Yes.
Okay, so you wrote your dream down and your vision, what you would love. Now just go ahead underneath that, write the words, this or something even greater still. This or something even greater still. Okay. That way it's putting more out to the universe that this that I desire that's happening, that I would love to have happen. And just for clarity, it's easy to say, I would love to do this, I would love to do this, and I would love to do this. So if you got caught into doing that, as you're rewriting and kind of solidifying and clarifying, make sure that we're putting it into first person as if it's in the present time or it's already happened. I am so happy and grateful now that, oh my gosh, we went to Europe and we went to Salzburg and we went and saw the Christmas lights and there was a little bit of snow, but it was just nice and sunshiny. And we went to the Black Forest and we went to Ollie's and he has all this wood carvings and all of these cuckoo clocks that he hand carves. And can you start to see the picture? So
Yes.
This or something even greater still, my brain can think of certain things, but there might be more in store. So you just did number one, designed your dream. Every great dream begins with a dreamer. Harriet Tubman, and I'm going to add, you are a dream builder. We're thinking of our dreams, we're dreaming, and we're building. So key number two, deciding for your dream. Deciding for your new results is up to you. You just wrote your dream. You just designed your dream. Now it's up to you to decide. Yes, I would love that. So just take a minute to read this. Tina, do you want to be the guinea pig and read it out loud?
According to research at Stanford University, it doesn't matter what order the letters in a word are. The only important thing is that the first and last letter be in the right place. This is because the human mind does not read every letter by itself, but the word as a whole.
You know, the first time I saw that, thank you, Tina. The first time I saw that, I just was amazed. I'm just like, how is it that my brain can read this? All we need is the first and last letter in the correct place. The brain just unscrambles and puts it in, and we know. It's amazing, isn't it? So decided for new
Yes.
results. Where you are now, all we need to know, just like the first and last letter, all we need to know is where we are now, what we would love. We don't have to know the how in the middle. And you're going, well, gosh, if I'm going to lose 60 pounds, I kind of need to know how. Well, yes, we have a starting point, but sometimes there are things, or if you have this inspiration to move to a whole different state or somewhere else, you know, this is where you are, that you know that this is what you desire, you would love to do, and you have this strong feeling to do this, but you're not quite sure how to do it. Well, you just take one step at a time and it unfolds. We don't have to know all of the how in the middle. So number 3, befriending your fear. And you're going, well, I don't want to be friends with fear, but I will tell you that you just wrote some things down, and some of those things that you wrote down, that your dream, you designed your dream, and some of these things may be big, audacious goals and dreams that you can visualize happening. And then you start having the subconscious, and it will say, oh yeah, right, that's not going to ever happen. Why are you ever going to do that? Well, where are you going to find the time? Where are you going to find the money? These are paradigms. You know, sometimes opportunities rarely come when it's convenient, right? How many of you have had these paradigms, some of these thoughts? How will it ever happen? And part of you is just going to go, heck yes, I am going for this dream no matter what. And part of you might feel this, what if I fail? I'll move this out of the way so you can see that. Fear and failure is part of the game. They're here. They think their job is here to keep you safe, or make sure that you don't experience pain again, or I'll take care of your kids or your grandkids, and I'll make sure that you're not embarrassed, or now's not a good time, wait till later. Any thoughts? Anybody have had any of those thoughts before? So it's like walking. We learn to walk by falling down. We take a step, we kind of stand, and we fall down. You know, we stand up and we fall down. We stand up and then we take a step. And what if well, I'm going to show you this here. This was a grandbaby.
You put your right foot in, you put your right foot out, you put your right foot in and you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about.
So it's like walking. If we took a first step and we fell down that very first time, and we just said, you know what, I guess I'm just not ever meant to walk. I'm just going to stay here all the rest of my life. No, that's not what we do. We keep going. So let's take a look at a few. Let's take a look at a few people here. We have Oprah Winfrey, that was fired by the TV executives because she wasn't fit for TV. So they thought, look at her now. And what about Steven Spielberg? He was rejected from USC Film School 3 times. And what about the application for the Starbucks? The owner's first coffee shop application was rejected 242 times. Now, he had a vision, he had a dream, and he didn't know how it was going to happen. But he kept going and kept going and kept going until he finally got that loan application. And look, we have Starbucks literally all over the world. And what about Walt Disney before he was known as Walt Disney as we know now? He was fired from a newspaper for lacking imagination. I'll go figure. If he'd have given into that paradigm, we would not have all the fun Disney movies that we have. Fear and failure are prerequisites for achieving our dream and our goal. Befriending your fear. Part of you wants to go forward, and part of you may want to be playing small. It might be have a little fear there. All you need to do is when it starts talking to you, just say, not today, fear, not today. You're not holding me back for my dream. I am moving forward. So fear, doubt, and worry sometimes like to keep us from our dream. Don't let it. And one thing that you can do is take action. Take action. So befriending your fear, take action. So on your paper, look at your domain. Look at the things that you wrote down that you would love to have it, whatever that domain is that you chose for today. What is one thing that you can do to take action? What's one thing? I'll give you just a minute. This doesn't have, sometimes it might just be make a phone call to somebody, to make an appointment. Maybe it's just putting on my calendar to do a certain thing, but taking action. What's one thing that you can do? And most of us have a day. Now, if you are watching this at night on the recording, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. What's something that you can do in the next 24 hours? Powerful. So 3 keys. I promised you 3 keys. Designing your dream, deciding for your dream, and befriending your fear. Those are 3 empowering tools to get you started in living life that you love. You just remember that you are worthy of your dream and the life that you really love. My life, what it looks like now, I went from being overwhelmed, overworked, and sad to thriving, happy, and shining my light to others. From widowed and feeling alone to happily married to a wonderful man who treats me like a queen. From not going anywhere, maybe from Idaho to Utah, to traveling to Germany and Austria and France twice. From not knowing who I am and what my purpose is, and I was just hiding behind my kids and my husband, to empowering others to shine as they are as well. And here's my sweet husband that I'm married to now. So what does your life look like? And this is what I did at the Energy Healing Conference. So I told those, and Tina, you get in on this because you're here today, that I am having a drawing, and I was waiting till after today to have this free drawing. I have, you can probably see back there, Mary Morrissey's new book, Brave Thinking. So we're going to be doing a drawing. And we'll have we had some different things that we had at the Energy Healing Conference, and I probably should have taken this out. But I had a few people that were at the Energy Healing Conference that wanted to be in here today. So those of you that are seeing this recording that registered and aren't here live, you will still receive these free gifts. So Tina, you have already hopped on one of these free gifts, and I promised at the beginning that I have a free gift for you, and that is a Power of Vision Clarity Call that is free to you. And these complimentary calls are valued at $250. And this is where my gift to you comes, is that is free to you, no obligation. Power of Vision Clarity Call. We're helping you to get clear on your vision, where you are, where you would love to be, and what the next best step is. These are powerful calls. Everybody that has one of these calls with me come away with more clarity, and that's exactly what it is. It's a clarity call. More clarity on their vision and what they would like to do next. So go ahead. Now, if you're on your phone, you won't be able to do this. And of course, Tina, you've already got a clarity call scheduled, and I'm excited to meet with you. But if you are on your computer, all you have to do is just open up your phone camera, scan this QR code, and you will be able to go to my calendar and schedule a clarity call. If you're on your phone, you can email me, Kayleen@shineasyouare.com. So I have an extra bonus for you. And Tina, you get the opportunity to hop on this extra bonus, and I'm excited about. For the Energy Healing Conference attendees, and you weren't, but Tina, I am offering this for you as well. Anyone who is watching this recording, I don't do this with all of my workshops, but this is kind of a follow-up from the Energy Healing Conference. And so I am offering this to you, Tina, as well. So for those that have scheduled or will schedule a Power Vision Clarity call, will also be able to receive my 3-hour virtual masterclass, Loving You for Who You Are, and EFT tapping. And for those of you that don't know what EFT tapping is, we will have a little introduction with that. This is powerful. I've done this a few times, and there is very enlightening. So it's a 3-hour. We'll be doing this at the end of the month. I'll be sending on October, it'll be 2 weeks from today. So you can schedule, it'll be in the morning from 10 to 1. So you can clear your schedule for that. So those that have scheduled or will schedule from today's workshop, or those of you that are watching the recording, schedule a Power Vision Clarity call, you'll receive that. Also, any programs that you may decide to do with me, you'll be able to have an extra 10% off on anything. So these clarity calls are free to you, and be able to hop on that extra bonus class. It's empowering. Just if you've done, Tina, have you done EFT tapping before?
No.
So that'll be totally new. It's pretty empowering. It's pretty empowering. So there's my QR code if you need that again. And just remember that you are worthy, deserving, and more than good enough. And before I totally wind up, I'll have a couple things, and then I'm going to share an empowering short story, and then we'll wind everything up. But remember that you are worthy, deserving, and more than good enough. Ask yourself the question, do you want to continue to live your life by default, or are you ready to live your life by design and really live the life that you love? Big question. So just a quick story here with Edmund Hillary and William Murray. William Murray tells about this experience in a book that he wrote, The Evidence of Things Not Seen. But Edmund Hillary was putting together an expedition, and they were going to climb Mount Everest. And at this point in time, Mount Everest had not been summited by anyone. And so he came to his buddy, William Murray, and he says, hey, buddy, he says, I put together this expedition. I want you to come with us. And because I just have the desire to summit Mount Everest. And William Murray says, what is it going to cost? And Hillary told him, and Murray says, I just don't have that kind of money. There's no way that I can do that. So Hillary took his expedition. Now, remember, back in those days, they didn't have sponsors. They had to come up with all of their money to get all of the equipment, to get their travel tickets, to the train tickets, to get from where they were to where they needed to go to get to the mountain. And then, it was a huge expense. And Hillary, they got partway up. They didn't get all the way up. And a couple of years later, Hillary came to his buddy again, and he says, hey, Murray, I'm going to do this again. I want to do this again. I want to try it. I'm taking another expedition. I really want you to come. And Murray says, how much is it going to cost? And he told him, and he says, I still don't have that kind of money. There's just no way that I am going to be able to do that. So Edmund Hillary took his expedition and they did not summit, but they did get further up the mountain. Well, a few years later, Hillary comes to his buddy. He says, William, we're not getting any younger. And I really, really would love to see if we could summit this time. And he says, it's going to be different this time. Do you know why? And William says, well, how is it going to be any different? And Edmund Hillary says, when I got to the base of Everest, that second time, he said, I looked up and I said, Everest, you're not getting any bigger, but I am. And we're going to summit you next time. So William Murray had a different question. What's the deposit? He still didn't have the money, and he didn't know how he was going to come up with the money. And in the book, it doesn't tell how he came up with the money, but he did put the deposit down. Now, you remember earlier we learned, you know where you are, you know where you want to be. You don't have to know the how in the middle. William knew where he was. He knew he wanted to go on this climb because they've been climbers before World War II. And that's a whole nother story. William Murray was POW. He was a prisoner in World War II. But they were climbers. And they had it in their blood. And he knew he wanted to be part of this. So he put the deposit down. Not only that, they went on the climb, and William Murray was the one that discovered a different route around the southern part of Everest that allowed them to get all the way up, and they were able to summit Everest, and they were the first ones to summit. Did he know how he was going to pay for it all? No. But he made the decision, and he says this, until one is committed, there is hesitancy, the chance to draw back, and always ineffectiveness. Whatever you can do or dream you can do, begin it. Boldness has genius, power, and magic in it. And I love that. He didn't know how he was going to do it. He decided, and things worked out. And he was part of history. I love that story, and it's that way in our lives. Decide that you can do it. Be committed. So I want to thank you for being here, not for me, but for you, for investing in you, for showing up, for taking the time to being here. And just remember that you are more powerful than any circumstance, situation, or condition that you might face. Some of you are facing some serious challenges, but remember, you have within you already what you need to accomplish your dreams. Shine as you are. 3 keys to living the life that you love.
This is my life. This is my time. I believe. This is my life.
This is my life. This is my
my
time.
time.
I believe in me. I believe in my dream. So just remember, this is your life. This is your time. Believe in yourself and believe in your dream. Thank you.
Thank you.
And we will